rocking and rolling. We're going to get going. Well, all aboard at least. Hey, let's see what we can do about hooking up Hillby and Hillfield, which we're going to call something else. And we're going to call Hillby something else. And same with Pollingchester. I just don't like these names. So this one I'm going to call West Bay. I call this Israel. We're going to call this one Darwin's Cove. A little bit different than everything else we've done up till now. We're just, trying to take and try some things. So again, I'm going to take and put out, I'm doing it as a seaport because it's going to be passenger service out to here for now. I could have done it this way, boat ramp, but I didn't want to. Going to, get my road. There we go. And then one over here. And then we're going to take and run a road back into the valley, or the island a ways. Kind of to show off the fact that we are here too. Make it work. Give it some roads, give it some stuff. And that also lets us put our depot for the island over here. Now the other two are going to be tougher. I don't really need a stop right away. But I'm going to put one in and extend the road out this way. And we will do a bridge. Then we drop in our seaport right there. That's the Isla Royale port, and we don't care. We're going to unpause the game. And then this guy down here is the tough one. I know I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to do that. I know we're doing this and this. Now the question is, do we go for Oakfield or Mallow or Pine Lock? And I'm thinking Oakfield's going to be easier to get to. Actually, right there is easier to get to. And we're going to drop in another new spot to take and generate our Okay. Let's go ahead and start with getting some boats out there. Finances, yeah, we've looked at finances. We took out a lot of our port facilities over here, so I really think Walwick let's put one in at Epping. We're going to need a shipyard anyway, so we're going to put one in at Epping. We do now have barges, and we also happen to have tugboats. So we'll be able to move in barges, either oil and petrol and logs. That's getting good. All right, let's see what we can do next. Get our little ship. And we're going to first connect up. Whoops. Not a good spot. There to there. Port is low. We're only going to take an ask for 10% load. The other one I'd like 20. By doing this in base, we're kind of noting that we're keeping our Latin flavor. Oops, I shouldn't have closed it. So let's get these guys going. We're going to have one that's going to do a schedule from Darwin's Cove down to Isla Royale and down to West Bay, and then back. And we're going to call that looking fairly good right now. If I was really feeling gutsy, I'd try to do a bridge span here, but a wood span won't go that far. We don't have stone yet. And I don't really feel like doing a raise up a land mass. So let's see what we can do here. Doing just a one. There we go. Circular regatta. And we're going to cheat and go ahead and put in the bus stop. Where did we say that was at? That one. Okay. There we go. We'll go back and add in the years at the end of the episode. We're just trying to get everything going first. Because frankly, a lot of these are going to take some time. I'm going to hold off on this village. Just let that guy eat some costs. They're not that bad. I mean, a bus stop only cost me, it cost me $20 a month. You know what? We're going to blow it. The bridge should come down too, but I kind of just wanted it there so I indicate what I'm doing. Now it's time to consider to deal with these guys. Just keep calling them erratas, and we'll remember to put in 1907, which it still is for a little while. By the end, we're going to be doing 1908, so we got to be careful. In fact, let's go ahead and rush fix everything before 1908 gets here. There's only a few, so it's not like it's a ton. Technically, we're supposed to be naming those boats, too. I know. Okay, everything's set up. We've got it going. Now we just need to get some cool. Those actually give me some cool stage lights. Oops, closed the wrong window. Leave that alone for a minute. We can take it over to Pine Lock too. We can get over to Pine Lock. And then backwards. Just get the basics in. We'll go back, like I said, just like before. We're going to go do it in. We'll stop it if I don't look like I'm going to make it. M&O Western. Sounds like a railroad line. Actually, that would be a cool railroad name. Got everything going. Now we can do our cleanups for our 1907s that we missed. Just only two. I mean, I was just trying to take good things out there. Trying to make certain that 1907 becomes a very good year for my stage lines. You may notice jumps. That's not because of that. They always me deleting a line, it's because of the line that's the game's identifier. So that's why I try to leave it there. Causes less crashes, in my opinion. I might be wrong. Let's see, this guy. All right. And looking at our finances, prof's what we're caring about. We were looking at account balance. We don't care about that. Prof for the year, prof for the months. Our monthlies, our current low is 6 month low is 25, 24. Our current high is only 57, but we've had up to 93 and a spike down or drop down to 8,300 in the hole. So in the past 2 years. So those are our encouragements, but I am seeing a genuine trend upwards. Whether that's flattening at this point or not, we don't know. But drawing from the baselines, I am seeing an upturn. I think these will go pretty good, and I think everything's going to work fairly good. The hardest part's going to be getting those boats out there. I mean, that's a long way from where we're dispatching boats. There's one of them, yeah. So the age of sail is going to keep us kind of slow for the initial part. I am also going to go ahead and at this time engage let's take a peek here at something. So we had a couple of terminated routes that were postal, so I ain't going to worry. I'm looking for Heppen. Now we can have the great big steamboat for the big hot lines, and that would be like the Hotspot Ferry or the Springdon. You know, the old Kessel fleet would probably be another good one too, because it's pretty loaded. I think I'm going to put onto this. No, that's the sea bass, so we don't need that. Yeah, we got a bunch of half-dead boats out there. We know that's the Senbei. I might try that steamboat on that line. Matter of fact, let's go over here. And it's the Almost and Tourist. Wouldn't be a good one. I think the Old Castle. Walmus and Tourist. Walmus and Tourist. That's where we're going to put it on. I'm going to put one of those steam lines out there. We're going to take over here. So let's go to Walmus. Whoops. Yeah. come on back over to Port Walmouth. We're going to grab one of these big 800 capacities. We're going to go to this line, but we're also at the same time going to edit that line. So he's going to be a 50%. I want 400 people on that boat before it takes some moves. Because its costs, oh yes. I'm not even certain 400 is going to cover that. 103. It might. It might. We're not going to retire. We're going to park the sailboats. And then on the sailboats, let's start unload onlys. There we go. And then this one here, go to depot. Yeah. And that will leave the big steamboat to take on everything. Steam liner. There we go. And this one's empty, so we're going to send that to the nearest depot. As they unload, we will finally, at long last, see what's going to go on with these vessels. I'm betting I'm going to have to customize that load to 67 to 70%. I mean, good grief. I mean, I just do not see 400 passengers covering that $103. It might. Let's do the math. To do that math, we need to go to the goods. Show only used passengers are 15, but that's a train. Hold on. Ship 33. So this would be at 40. What do we get for 40? Call it 20 cents. So $20 every 100 kilometers. We got no clue as to what, even if it's 2.5 to 3 kilometers or tiles to a kilometer, we're still toast. Furniture freighters available too. So this vehicle's empty. He can go to post, and now he can go to... Okay, so everybody's been emptied. This guy is not loading very fast. There he goes. Now he's starting to load up, and we'll see how he does once he delivers. It could be that we actually do better than I thought. Matter of fact, let's do a speed load, see if we get... Yeah, it's going to take forever to load this guy up. That's, considerably more than any of the other ships, other than that clipper ship. These guys might take a while to take and go. And then we want to look at his vehicle earnings and profit. It might turn a huge profit for us. Oh yeah. I don't know if it's going to outdo that $5,000 though. That's a lot of money lost. This is one of those times when I do wish there was a different option. And the Lady Steampunk was christened in 1908. We'll see how she goes. We'll talk about it. Maybe next episode. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be too focused on something else. Who knows? But Scaracento's getting his setups going. Financially, it's a rougher year. But at the same time, last year, 1907, still wound up with that. We were up by that amount. We'll see. Some of this is we put out some very pricey things. But we also took out some pricier things. But they were smaller, and thereby they weren't as lossy as Bernie of cash. We'll see what we do. Keep an eye on it. March at 68 doesn't look as good as last year, but we'll see. I mean, another way we can always look at this is the big kick number, that monthly figure. And that's now going to be, going to the monthly on that, that's not that bad. Okay. So when we put the boat out there, we really only moved it that much. And we saved some by taking some of those boats out of service. Yeah. Okay. We've got it going. It's the end of the line. I'll say it now. Thanks for riding along. I'm Callie Jack, the gaming identity of the guy behind, or the face of Die for the Rex. Hey, have a better day than I'm having.